Warning, this podcast contains a beacon of hope.
Oh, the B puns were terrible. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for Arrow season 4. What fucking episode was this?
17.
17, Beacon of Hope. I knew the title, not the number. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom.
Hi.
I was thrown off by the B pun. Oh God, they were so much worse in this episode than they were last time. When they were so much worse than they were when Bree was introduced.
Yeah.
And I feel like they were so much less subtle. And every time she was like, a bee, it's like, yeah, okay, we get it, Bree, shut up.
Mm-hmm.
Disappointed.
Are you? I wasn't.
A little, because last time we saw Bree, was that a Flash episode? With Bree?
No? Yes?
It's an Arrow episode? I can't remember.
I think it was. Because I was going to ask you why the episode started off and it said previously on Flash and Arrow, and then there's no Flash tie-ins, and I was like, I'm confused. So maybe it was on Arrow.
It's because, whatever. There was an episode where, I guess that was the episode where Felicity went on to Flash and nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because she was in Star Labs and she was like, I have a nemesis. I was going to say something about... Oh, because in that episode it seemed like the B puns were subtle and clever, and now it's just like they're literally using words with the letter B and really enunciating the B.
Yeah. I enjoy a good bee pun.
You enjoy puns. They don't have to be good or about bees.
The cheesier, the better.
There were so many pop culture references in this. Even before Curtis rolled up.
Oh my God, Curtis.
Curtis is amazing.
Oh my God, Curtis.
My favorite though was the Harry Potter reference.
Yeah.
Because he's like, she's not Voldemort. And Thea's like, I didn't even know you read the books. He's like, you probably watched the movies. There are movies? Oliver walked away like, I have to find these movies. The look on his face is like, I need them.
Mm-hmm.
Which, shows how out of touch Oliver is with most things that aren't beating people up.
Beating people up?
Oh Lord, give me strength.
I'll be there for you.
No, stop. No. I won't do this podcast anymore if you keep this up. Yeah, so Oliver was just going ham on the training and stuff, and everyone's just like, calm down, Ollie.
Yeah, I don't know, Ollie was kind of... I don't know, it was interesting watching Ollie interact with,
Laurel?
No, I was
Curtis?
just talking... Curtis, yeah.
Yeah.
Totally blaming it. Because, Curtis is like, oh, now I see why you and Felicity didn't work. And
Wait, did you say that?
Yeah, something
just
along
in those words?
Something along those lines. It's very close to that.
Yeah.
Not verbatim, but... And, Holly was like, I deserve that, or something like... I don't know, it was like... I was like, oh my God, Curtis.
I love when Curtis was just going around the room, being shocked at everyone. He's like, yes, that's Diggle. What? Curtis, what are you doing here? Get to the point.
He was overwhelmed, and I knew he was going to make a fucking excellent member of Arrow, and it's Team Arrow, but it's interesting now that it's coming at the expense of Felicity.
I honestly don't think it's expense. She left.
Well, yeah, no, I know, but I mean, just like Curtis may not fit into the team if Felicity was there. Is my point? Like,
Oh, I see.
it's basically Felicity's replacement.
Yeah. I mean,
Do you think that's gonna estrange Curtis and Felicity's relationship?
I don't think so.
No.
No. Maybe if I mean she'll understand when he runs out of work to do stuff.
Yeah.
So
But
it's
I could
not going to
also
be
see
like
her getting mad over that too, though. That seems very Felicity.
maybe.
Because
I think
like
that's
she's
very
jealous.
Felicity when she's. I feel like that's Felicity when she's already mad. Like if there wasn't anything to make her mad in the first place, then I don't think she'd be like that.
I don't know, because I think it's going to come to the point where Felicity's going to get jealous because she misses being a part of Team Arrow, even though she walked out.
Yeah, but
And then she's going to be like, well, you're spending all your time with that. And like, she's just going to get mad because she misses it.
I would agree with you if she didn't have that talk with Thea about how now that she's on the outside of Team Arrow, she sees all these things she wants to do with the company and for the world that she couldn't do when she was behind that screen.
That is true, and we see in the future, the potential future of Legends of Tomorrow in Star City 2042, 46.
2046.
That the place has changed from Palmer Tech to Smoke Industries, or
Smoke Industries? Smoke Industries. Yes, Queen Consolidated, Palmer Tech, Smoke Industries.
Yeah.
I remember because they all have different sub things.
So I think, yeah, Felicity's really going to push in that direction, and if Ray doesn't come back for whatever reason, then
we have hold on, because in Flash, the newspaper article from 2024 says that it's Queen Industries. So it's gonna go back to Queen, then back to Smoke, unless one of those doesn't exist. I don't know. I'm sorry. I just thought of it. I was like, wait, it has to do two name changes before we get to 2046.
It was a Wayne merger with Queen Industries.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's the same company. It could be another startup.
Oh, that's true.
Keep that in mind. Ollie could restart Queen Industries under a new facility. It doesn't have to be the same one.
Yeah, that's true. I was just thinking, I was like, oh god, does it have to do two name changes?
Well, it doesn't, no, because it doesn't have to change to Felicity.
Because the newspaper, yeah, you're right. The newspaper can change.
It's not even the newspaper could change. The potential future, too, can never come to be. It was just a potential.
Yes. It was what the course was at the time.
Right. And that's assuming Ray never comes back.
I mean, Ray can come back and not want to lead the company. I mean, when he was around,
no, but I'm saying the potential future that they saw was that none of them ever returned. That's why
I'm sorry. I thought you meant the newspaper. No. The Legends episode. Right. Mm-hmm. Got it. My bad. So yeah, we see Bree in Iron Heights. She's in Iron Heights.
E.
Oh my god, I'm gonna kick you off your own podcast. I'll do it myself again, damn it. She's in Iron Heights, and she's hacking herself, and she just like brings up a page of bees, and they're like, what are you doing there? And she's like, I'm looking at bees. I like bees. I'm like, oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I see what they can't see what you're doing, but I see it, and stop. Anyway, yeah, but guess who's also in Iron Heights? That's where Damien got stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Damien got shipped off to Iron Heights. which is where Henry was, no longer. He got out. Flash spoilers. Shh.
Previously on Flash and Arrow.
So yeah, Damien's in Iron Heights, and he's button heads, but it looks like he's coming out on top.
Is he controlling? Did he control the guy with the stitches?
No, he
I was really confused
threatened
by
his
that.
mother. He threatened his mother or grandmother. Yeah, he actually even made a point after the guys were unconscious to say, "Oh, I had this whole speech about how I was going to kill your grandmother."
Right.
You know?
No, I get
It's
that.
just-
And like
yeah.
I heard that and I get that, but I was like, did he mind control him and make him stab the people, and then like if it was like the mind control didn't work, he was going to use that tactic? Like I was confused by that because it seemed like he
No.
controlled the guy almost.
No, he didn't.
Okay. So we didn't see him use the
Because-
ring at all then, right? The ring isn't necessarily power. It's not
No.
necessarily magical.
But it might be finite. Like if he uses it, he may only have one use, so he might be saving it. But it seems like he was testing his limits, because when Malcolm was talking to him, he goes like this, and like tries to throw a Hadouken at him, and it didn't work.
Right.
So we're not sure where his powers are at, but he seems, obviously he has influence even without his powers.
Right.
Not over Hive anymore, though, as we find out. The other people in Hive weren't too keen on Damien just killing people when he felt like it. Killing board members when...
they basically
when they
left him
disagreed.
to rot.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was kind of surprising.
It was surprising and simultaneously not surprising.
Well, do they really think he's just going to stay in jail? Like...
Yeah, no, the retribution will be hilarious, and can't wait. But it seems like Malcolm, in his absence, has taken up being the head of Hive, and he's still swinging around like, I used to be Roz, look at me, herkadur. It's like, yeah, we know, for like 5 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Yeah, I'm
Do you
just...
ever think he's going to get his arm back? Like, grow it back somehow?
No, I'm thinking Robo-arm.
Robo-arm?
Robo-hand.
Yeah.
Robo-hand.
Okay, I see that. Because every time I just see him in the sling with the gauze, wrapped around, I was just like, no, grow that shit back.
You're a lizard, right? You can do that.
You're Ra's al Ghul. You can figure anything out.
Yeah, you can grow your limbs back.
Yeah. If he could bring
Only
people back
part
from
of
the
the
dead,
package.
they can grow their own limbs back.
Guess. I don't know. But this means we're gonna get more Malcolm being cocky, and it's fucking hate cocky Malcolm. It's the worst. But yeah, it seems like he's running. Oh God, I was gonna call it the wrong thing. What's their plan? What's Hive's plan? Name? I was gonna call it Myriad, but that's the thing from Supergirl.
Right.
What's the... God. I don't remember what their plan was. Genesis. There we go.
Yes.
Genesis. He seems like he's heading Genesis.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know more about Genesis.
I want to know more about a lot of things, and unfortunately, they're not on this show.
We were just talking about how we're like on the edge of our seats to talk about Supergirl.
Like, ever since Legends of Tomorrow and Flash and all this got involved, Arrow kind of became the back burner show for me, and in this universe, right? And it's funny because Arrow started this whole thing.
Yeah.
And I'm not taking anything away from Arrow because I still love Arrow, but in terms of the other three,
yeah,
because Supergirl is part of this universe, like multiverse, canonverse.
Yeah.
That it's probably because there's not enough humor for me. Like and don't get me wrong, I like having a dark show too, but the funniest scene in this episode for me was Curtis doing like backflips and stuff to get away from the bee.
Yeah, because he's like this man who's like presumably sick with 104 fever does a fucking parkour backflip over the computer. It's like, oh, all right, okay, this is what's happening.
Yeah.
And then he screams.
But
He's like,
he's so agile, right? And he's able to do a flip like that and land on his feet, but he can't like walk 2 feet without tripping.
He walks 2 feet into a cart.
Yeah.
It's a very weird grace he's got. He's got like the agile but also extreme klutziness. It's like his athleticism. Like if he wasn't athletic, he would be the worst klutz in the world. But since he is athletic, it's like evened him out a little.
It's almost like Drunken Master.
Oh my god, yes.
Like that's the best way to describe him.
Except it's klutzy.
Klutzy Master, yeah.
But in terms of this being the weakest show on the totem pole, I found out I was thinking a lot about why. Because last week, whatever, I forgot what podcast we were doing for another show. We ranked our the shows.
It was Supergirl.
It was Supergirl. We ranked the shows, the 4 shows. And for all of us, Arrow was last.
Right.
And I think it's because Arrow hasn't evolved. Arrow's got the same formula, the same kind of humor, the same... It hasn't evolved enough. Like, it... You know, we have Flash and all these... The other shows. And Arrow still feels the same. It's got the same formula.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it's different.
It's very different. Like, compare season 4 to season 1. It's a very different show.
Yeah. Yeah.
The humor's there.
But I think
it's
when you put it next to
brand
Flash,
of humor.
Yeah, but I think when you put it next to Flash and Legends and Supergirl, it hasn't evolved enough.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is fine, and I think it'll keep going and it'll keep being good, but unless something changes, I don't think it's going to be great.
It still has my interest. I'm still watching it. I'm not bashing it by any means. It's just it's a different style, and it's kind of the black sheep of the family right now. You know, like. It's just so different.
Which honestly,
or should I say it's the white sheep in Barry's case? Like, Barry's the only white person in the family. You know?
Oh, in the West family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it's whatever. Just because you're different doesn't make it any better or worse. It's just it's got its own qualities about it. You know.
Yeah, I mean, when you line up the heroes, I mean, you know, Ollie's the odd one out.
He doesn't have a single
Rudy,
superpower, though.
Yes, no, and that's not what I mean. I mean in terms of character.
Yeah, but I also mean in terms of that too. Like he's the Bruce Wayne of this show right now.
A little bit. Yeah, a little bit.
Because
except he murdered a lot of people.
That's true. He's got the Flash has got powers. You have Supergirl obviously has powers, and then you have at least Firestorm, out of the team has powers. Everybody else is kind of technology.
Oh, I mean Hawkgirl and
Hawkgirl, yeah.
She's got
Yeah. Everybody else is technology though.
Yeah. True. So back to this episode. That was a fun tangent though. I had fun with that one. So Bree shows up. We learn later that she's there for we know she's there for the implant, but we find out later it's because she's got a spinal tumor.
Bree wants implants? Bree wants implants?
Yeah. Well, yes, but she wants to be able to have the surgery to get the tumor out so that when she's not able to walk, she could put the chip in and then she, won't have to worry about being paralyzed.
Yeah, because it's unbearable.
Where's Kim? Unbearable.
I didn't get threatened to get thrown off the show this time.
Yeah, no. Because I have to accept that it's going to keep happening. Why?
If it gets to be too much, just tell me to buzz off.
I see the box in your XSplit that says just Clio.
Which button? I don't know what you're talking about.
Um, so Bree comes back with nano bug bees that are, worse than last time, and not only are their stings worse, but they make a man.
Mm-hmm.
That was really weird. I don't know. Did you think that was weird too? Or
I
was it just
did, because I was like, I looked away for a second. I looked down at my phone, and I looked back up, and there was like a man there, and I was like,
that's a dude?
where did this man come from? And I like just
This
rewound like 30 seconds and watched the man form, and I was like,
the
oh,
bees.
oh,
Oh.
okay.
Oh,
It,
good.
I forget like what other thing that I watched where it's like a bunch of little creatures like formed into like a hand and were like swatting people around. Like it feels like it was on a show, not this season but last season somewhere. I don't know what show it was, but I don't know. It may not even be something you watch, but
I'm
I feel
pretty
like,
sure that was the last episode with Bree.
was it?
I think so.
Maybe it was.
I think she made a hand and like smacked Barry.
It could have been, yeah. Okay,
I don't
that
know.
makes me feel better if
Maybe,
that's what it
maybe
was.
not. But no, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
It could have been any of the supernatural shows,
Mm.
like Sleepy Hollow or something like that. They do stuff like that sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. The brie, not the brie,
The man.
not the cheese. Um,
The
the
light bulb.
the brie light. What?
Felicity smashed the light bulb and zapped the bee man.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
That was quick thinking,
That was
Felicity.
fun. Yeah, because it looked like she was just gonna whack him with the lamppost.
Felicity was really badass this episode. Like when you think about it, like look at her elevator heist that she just like broke into a room that the elevator doesn't exist and made a door and like.
Let's hope that Curtis's speakers don't. He didn't fix the exploding problem.
Right.
And Thea's just like, oh.
I just love when he was like sitting down there and he's like, "This is Star Labs. Like he starts going and how do you reroute the power to like keep you on the DL?" I was like, I'm kind of curious about that. How do they do that?
Yeah.
Fucking Cisco, he's a miracle worker.
Yeah. Well, was it Cisco or was it Felicity?
The whole place was under Cisco's specifications. I remember when he came into
true.
the cave, the Arrow Cave, he was complaining that they like used the copper wiring wrong.
Yeah. We also have to talk about the fact that Ollie really wants it to be called the bunker, and nobody calls it the bunker. Mm-hmm. They all call it the Arrow Cave. Cisco, Curtis, no one's gonna, like, Ollie's just like, it's the bunker, and I'm like, no, Ollie, you don't understand, it will never be the bunker.
No.
From season 1, we called it the Arrow Cave. I don't think anyone in the show called it the Arrow Cave.
Yeah.
I know, I've always called it the Arrow Cave. The fans have always called it the Arrow Cave. It's never gonna change. Mm-mm. And I like when they do that, when they bring characters like Cisco and Curtis in who kind of act like us. It's like, we're the fans. We know better. Don't worry about it. Yeah. So it's okay. It's the Arrow Cave.
And Curtis lying to... he doesn't know he's lying. He was very sincere about it. But he is lying to...
Yeah. I mean, he left out details.
Well, no, I mean, like, he said he's never going to choose helping. He said the police. He said he's never going to choose that again. He knows where he stands in the relationship, and he's not going to disappear on nights again. But we know that that's not going to be the case because we've seen how the show works.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know it yet, but he's lying.
Yeah. Yeah, we know how being on Team Arrow works.
Mm-hmm.
God, I hope it doesn't destroy another relationship. That'll be really sad.
I think it's gonna.
I mean, it sort of put Lance and Felicity's mom, Donna's relationship on the rocks, but they seem to be okay with each other again.
Yeah.
Lance gave her a ride home and stuff, so
yeah, there's still hope
that
for
relationship is mended.
There's still hope for that yet until Lance dies and is put in the grave. Just saying.
I'm not gonna guess. Stop guessing. I can't guess anymore. I'm done. I was gonna say something about Donna. Oh God, she just comes in like a storm, and Felicity's like, "Curtis, don't leave. No, stop. Don't leave me alone. Don't leave me alone with my mother, please." But Donna says something. She was saying like, she has to force the feelings out of Felicity, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true. I mean,
Felicity's a very private person.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, and I think because of her mother, she only opens up when like people give her space.
Mm-hmm.
And since her mother never gives her space, she can't open up to her.
Yeah.
So it was just like, Donna, just be quiet. I love when she like grabbed her mother's face. She was like, "Shh, I'm thinking." That was my favorite thing. She was just like, "Shh."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's just like, hey, get them to safety. And her mom, it's just like, what? Like,
yeah.
what are you going to do?
Yeah.
Pull a Tim Allen over there. What?
Yeah, but I liked Felicity's comment where they were literally in the bee version of Die Hard.
Yeah.
It's Die Hard with bees.
It's Sharknado with bees.
No, it's not.
It's Bee-Nado.
No. But Curtis breaks through the bees' firewall and makes them attack Bree, and he puts her in a coma.
Yeah, but not before creating that cool little arrow for Ollie to shoot. And it's just like, dude, you belong on this team. Like, you've been a part of this team for all of like 10 minutes, and you're really good at it.
Well, did he just? Did he just put the canary cry in the arrow? Is that what it was, or was it something?
No,
or that was the hacking.
That was the hack. Yeah.
That was the hack. Okay, yeah.
So I was like, dude, you belong on this team. Like, we've been saying that for how long? How long were we waiting for him to be part of Team Arrow?
From the moment he showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So here we are, like, 15 episodes later. I'm just guesstimating. I don't remember exactly when he was introduced, but finally, you know?
Yeah. And it now I wish I had written down what he said, but when they told him he'd put her in a coma, he was like, "That is simultaneously awesome and terrifying."
Yeah.
Like, yes, welcome to Team Arrow.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, he's got a place on the team, and I think he knew immediately, like when he was going there to help them save Felicity, so he knew he could help.
Right.
And after seeing everything, he was like, "Yes, I can help. I can do this. This is cool computers. Let me, click it, a clack, clack, clack."
Deleted.
Deleted. What I really liked about this episode was the conversations that Ollie had with Laurel.
Yeah, it was kind of like unexpected.
Yeah.
I want to say, because you don't expect to have a heart-to-heart conversation about your current love with your ex-girlfriend.
Yes.
You know?
Well, she's done it to him before. She's given him advice as the ex-girl, like, "I'm your friend, also your ex-girlfriend. Let me give you some advice." I think she did it when they first came back to Star City.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I don't know, something. I remember her doing it earlier, but Laurel surprisingly gives a lot of good advice.
Yeah.
She's this season alone, she's done it with her sister. She's done it with Diggle.
I'm gonna be straight up. I don't hate Laurel anymore.
Yay! Oh, that makes me so happy.
Right, and it didn't happen until somewhere around this season. For the first 3 seasons, I hated Laurel. Hated. Like,
oh, I know.
Hated.
I tried very hard to defend her.
If you go back on my Twitter when I first started watching it, there was many Laurel hating, bashing posts.
I'm sure if you go back a couple of podcasts, you'll hear you bashing Laurel.
Well, yeah. That was this season, whatever. But I just mean from the beginning.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand her.
Get it.
Aubrey saying Laurel and Grave, and
No.
as simultaneously part of me wants to be happy about that. Like I said, I've come to an acceptance of Laurel's place right now. So, I unfortunately think Lance is probably,
Captain Lance?
yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
But see, I don't think it's going to be either of them, to be completely honest. I'm thinking Diggle, and which is going to be very unfortunate if that is the case. But it's more of if it was Laurel, for example, there's no way that Lance wouldn't be there unless Lance was in jail, which is a possibility.
Which, with this trial, he probably will be.
It's a possibility, and then
Because they
vice
couldn't grant him
versa.
immunity.
Vice versa, if it was Lance, there's no way Laurel would be there without being dead or in jail.
Dead, yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
because they didn't...
leaning more toward, if it's going to be one of them, it's going to be Laurel. But for neither of them to have been at the grave at that point, it seems like Diggle would be the, I don't want to say the better option, but the option that makes the most sense in terms of who was standing there, and then have Barry being there on top of it. Like, Barry and Diggle have had a few interactions. Now Diggle's gone over to Flash, for just recently for the King Shark episode. So,
that's right.
Barry's got more of a connection to Diggle than he does to Laurel.
Well, Laurel went over to Flash.
Right, but I'm just saying that him
and took a picture as the Black Canary with Cisco.
Right, but they didn't have interaction with Barry though too much.
I guess not.
Because that was more of, it wasn't that they went over there. It was Cisco went with Joe to Star City.
Yeah.
So Flash really hasn't had much interaction with Canary. So it seems like, I don't know, if it was Diggle, that would be more of a reason for Barry to stop by the grave. But keep in mind, with time travel, deaths may not stick. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, time travel and magic.
That too.
And I've been waiting like this whole season for like more and more, and like I haven't gotten it. I just want magic explosion. Everyone has magic.
The flashback, some crazy stuff is going on with that.
We can
that
talk
idol.
about that now, actually. Yeah.
Like, he's bulletproof now. Like.
Yeah. I guess whatever he sucked out of the idol, is it bulletproof? I don't know. We still don't know what that idol does. Yeah, it's unclear, really. But it seemed like when he started fighting Ollie that, like, he lost it really quick. He's like, I need more, and then Ollie just, like, bitch smacks him, and he goes down really fast. So I guess since he's far from it, he's got to keep it by him, and then I don't know.
Yeah. Rachel is saying, no, not Diggle, because we know he had a son from Legends, and he has no son. He doesn't have to be around. His wife could just be pregnant right now.
No, the kid was too young. Because that's 30 years in the future. He won't be born for another couple of years. 5 at least. Because he was in his early 20s.
Was he?
Yeah. So, it's 8 years probably he won't be born for.
Okay.
Because he was young. Like, probably if he tried to put on the suit when everyone was around, they would have said no, that young. So I think he's early 20s, 18 maybe.
Okay, so that may rule Diggle out, but potential future changing and stuff, we don't know what consequences.
Yeah, no, totally, I agree. We have no idea.
Yeah.
Also, magic. You die, you might not be dead forever.
I mean,
look at
Laurel. I mean, not Laurel. Sarah died.
Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, look at Sarah. Look at Malcolm, Roz, anyone who's been in the pit. Damien. How old is Damien? Old as fuck.
It's like a day or
Old
two.
as Roz was before he died.
It's like a day or two old. He's a newborn.
I was born yesterday. So yeah, and I liked the last line from the I'm being sarcastic, from the flashbacks. It's like, your friends, we can go save them. I'm like, what friends? Aren't they all dead now? Like, who's left? They just, Ritter kept killing them, or Ryder. Whatever. I've been saying his name wrong this entire time. But he's been killing them this whole time. Like, how many are left? 2?
3 tops?
3 tops? Yeah. It was just so funny. I'm like, they're still alive? Who's left?
Yeah, who's left now?
I don't know. It was just
3 or 4 I don't know. It's not a big number.
No, it's not. But yeah, they're gonna, I guess, go save them.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's still Ryder's men upstairs,
Right.
We'll see.
I don't know. I was more interested trying to find out what was in the hole instead, now that we know, like, what was in this cave thing, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm not so interested anymore. I've kind of lost interest in the flashbacks. The mystery's gone.
You've heard me complain about these flashbacks.
I like the flashback.
No, I know, I understand. They've been infuriating me.
The flashbacks were entertaining to me because there was a mystery involved in it. And now we have the mystery, and I don't really care what his plan is for the idol. Like, we already know it makes him invincible, and it can steal souls of the dead. Like, I don't care anymore. The mystery's gone to me. The plan is
well,
not
I mean,
enough
I
to be a
think
mystery.
now the plan, Ryder's plan and Genesis, I think they're connected somehow.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm more interested in, how it's connected to Genesis.
Aubrey James in chat says in season 5, Felicity's the big bad. That would be phenomenal.
Dang. Shots fired.
Arrow Team Arrow takes out Overwatch.
Damn.
That would be crazy though. Can you imagine? Because
No.
Felicity knows like all the ways they use communication. Like,
yeah.
all their tactics,
God.
everything. It would be really interesting. It would be phenomenal.
Wouldn't it be heartbreaking?
It would,
Then
but I'm
if I
saying
have
like.
to deal with Marvel Civil War, I mean.
But I'm saying, think of it like in the way that like in Supergirl, Kara had the red kryptonite and she wasn't herself. There could be something that happens that makes Felicity not herself, just to make something like that so interesting. I'd love it. I really would.
I mean, Curtis is good. I don't think he's that good. He's got a different skill set than she does.
Yeah, but like I said, he seems like he's a good fit right now.
Oh yeah.
He'll be back.
See how long it takes for him to get his Mr. Terrific alter ego. It's gonna be interesting.
I give it another week or two. until another Flash crossover. Cisco's got to be the one to give him that name.
Oh, that'd be awesome. Yes, I agree. Next week, 11:59, Oliver and Diggle learn that Merlin is going to try to break Dark out of prison. Meanwhile, Laurel gets a surprising offer, and Felicity has a heart-to-heart talk with Curtis. I forgot to mention the bombshell at the end of this fucking episode. So, Malcolm was talking to someone in a car.
Diggle.
Bitty Diggle. Little Diggle.
Yeah. Mr. Diggle.
But he was talking, and I was trying to figure out who it was, and then he said, you're, Damien's Ace in the hole, and I was like, Ace. Shooting Ace? Is it Deadshot? Is Deadshot alive? And then it was Diggle. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, when he said Mr. Diggle, I was like, no. And then it was like Baby Diggle. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay, Bitty Diggle.
Yeah. I think I would have been more outraged if I didn't expect it to be Deadshot. But I was just like, it's not Deadshot. Damn it.
Yeah.
I want to be right that he faked his death to get out of the Suicide Squad. I want to be right. Give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like we're actually going to get answers about Genesis, because it's the title of an upcoming episode in about 3 weeks. So,
Cannot
answers. Wait. So, Dom, where can the people find you?
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Do. And you can find me at Clio Moto on Twitter, Twitch, and Pinterest. And you can find all of us at ASO TV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+.
MySpace.
You're on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, movies, and video games. Until next time, bye-bye.
See
I gotta move my pop vinyls up here. I have no place to put them, but
Oh.
they're important to me.
Okay then.